The 5 harsh truths about life after 80 and how to face them with strength. Did anyone ever sit you down and tell you what really happens after 80? Not the polished version wrapped in birthday cards and polite smiles, but the real experience. The quiet shifts, the unexpected aches, the subtle ways the world changes when you're no longer part of the busy middle. There's a dignity in aging, yes, but there are also challenges that arrive uninvited. And if you're not aware of them, they can hit harder than they need to. In this video, we're going to walk through 5 harsh truths about life after 80, not to frighten or discourage you, but to give you a flashlight in the dark. Because once you see these things clearly, you can meet them with steadiness rather than surprise. We'll talk about the vanishing friendships, the body that resists recovery, the uncomfortable need to lean on others, the slow fade from society's spotlight, and that haunting space where old memories and missed chances collide. But don't worry, this won't end in despair. These truths carry within them an invitation to rise, to adjust, to reclaim purpose and presence in a time when the world assumes you've stepped aside. Let's begin. Number 1. The circle gets smaller. One of the most profound realities after 80 is one that few prepare for. The shrinking circle. You spend your younger years surrounded by people, friends, co-workers, neighbors, family buzzing around. There's energy, activity, connections without effort. But slowly, over time, that circle begins to tighten. Friends move, some pass on, others become homebound. The calls become fewer, the lunch invites sparser, and the once busy calendar feels unusually quiet. It's not rejection. It's not personal. It's just life moving forward and sometimes away from you. I once knew a woman named Lillian. At 86, she told me, "I used to get more phone calls in 1 week than I now get in a month." She didn't say it with bitterness, just quiet reflection. "I miss the voices," she said. "I miss being needed." The hardest part? It often happens so gradually that you don't even notice until one day you do. Until one morning you look around and feel the stillness. The spaces once filled with conversation and laughter are now echoes. But here's the thing, while the circle may shrink, it doesn't have to close. Now is the time to reach, not retreat. Start the phone call, write the letter, invite the neighbor for tea, join the walking group, the storytelling club, the Wednesday lunch crew at the diner. The connections you seek might not show up like they used to, but they're still out there waiting for someone brave enough to say, "Let's talk." Number 2. The body stops playing along. In your 40s and 50s, a sore knee meant ice and a day off. By 60 or 70, it meant physical therapy and patience. But after 80, your body starts changing the rules entirely. You don't just recover slower. Sometimes you don't recover all the way. A minor cold becomes a 2-week ordeal. A missed step can lead to a 3-month setback. You can do everything right and still feel like your body has a mind of its own. And that's the brutal honesty of it. Your resilience shifts. Healing isn't automatic anymore. It's a negotiation. I remember a gentleman named Harold. He was 82 when he sprained his ankle stepping off a curb. What would have taken a week in his 60s turned into a 4-month disruption. "It wasn't the pain that got me," he said. "It was the way I lost my rhythm. Like my body paused and forgot how to hit play again." That's a hard truth to face, especially when your spirit still feels 40. But this is where perspective can change everything. After 80, strength isn't about how fast you bounce back, it's about how well you adapt. You learn to listen to your body like a wise old friend. You stop pushing it like a machine and start honoring it like a temple. You stretch more gently. You walk with awareness. You rest with purpose. And slowly, you realize that your body, even as it slows, is still carrying you, still serving you, still deserving of love and respect. And if you treat it that way, it just might surprise you. Number 3. You start needing help, and that's okay. For many, this might be the most difficult adjustment of all, needing assistance for tasks you once did on autopilot. It begins subtly. You ask someone to reach the top shelf. You avoid driving after dark. You feel uneasy lifting the heavy bag of soil for the garden. But eventually, it becomes clearer you need help. And that realization, It can stir feelings of embarrassment, pride, even shame. For someone who spent decades being the helper, the provider, the fixer, it can feel like a betrayal of identity to ask for a hand. But let me say this as clearly as I can. Asking for help is not weakness, it's wisdom. It means you value your safety. It means you trust others enough to share your burdens. It means you want to stay in your home, your routine, your life for as long as possible, and you're willing to do what it takes. I knew a woman named Dorothy, 87, fiercely independent, refused to use a cane even when her knees begged for support. One day, she slipped in the kitchen. She wasn't badly hurt, but the scare was enough. I realized I was more afraid of looking fragile than of getting hurt, she told me. And that's backwards. From that day on, she used a cane, then a walker, then a seat in the shower, and not once did her dignity diminish. If anything, it grew. Because true dignity is not about doing it all alone. It's about knowing your limits and choosing safety and peace over pride. Number 4, the world starts looking through you. One of the quietest and most painful shifts after 80 is the sense of invisibility. People talk over you instead of to you. Doctors explain things to your adult children, not to you. Store clerks offer to speak louder even when you didn't ask. And slowly, you begin to feel it, the sense that society sees your age more than your personhood. There's nothing wrong with being older, but there's something wrong when the world stops seeing you as relevant. And it's not always malicious, it's just ignorance. The world moves fast, and sometimes it forgets to look back. But you are not invisible, not to the people who matter, and not to yourself. So speak up, tell your stories, take up space, share your advice, wear the bold color, join the discussion even if the room is full of people younger than you. You carry decades of wisdom, lessons learned through loss, triumph, love, and time. That's a gift the world needs, whether it realizes it or not. The more you assert your presence, the harder it is to overlook you. Be visible, be vocal, be vibrant, because your age is not your shadow, it's your spotlight. Number 5, time brings reflection, sometimes too much. In the stillness of your 80s, something else happens. Your mind begins wandering not just to memories, but to moments missed. 2 words not said, 2 paths not taken. Regrets have a way of resurfacing when you're not distracted by the busyness of life. You may find yourself thinking about the person you never called back, the career turn you didn't take, the apology you never gave, or the one you never received. And if you're not careful, those thoughts can become heavy to heavy. But reflection doesn't have to become regret. It can become fuel. You're still here. That means your story isn't over. You can still forgive. You can still say thank you, or I'm sorry, or I miss you. You can still write the letter, take the trip, mentor the younger generation, or plant the seeds, literally and figuratively, that will bloom after you're gone. There's no expiration date on redemption. I once sat with a man named Luis, 89, he said. I spent 40 years regretting something I didn't say. Then one day, I just picked up the phone. I was lucky she was still alive. We talked for 2 hours. And when I hung up, the weight I'd carried for decades finally left me. That's the power of owning your story, every page, even the painful ones. So if you're watching this and nodding your head, even through the hard parts, thank you. You've already taken the first step, awareness. You're not alone in this stage of life. And while the world may not always talk about these truths, we will. Because you deserve more than just polite sympathy. You deserve honesty, clarity, and the kind of strength that only comes from living long, looking back, and choosing to move forward anyway. If this video resonated with you, drop a comment below with the number 5 to let us know you're still here, still growing, still paying attention. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss our next conversation. We're building a community where aging is honored, not hidden. Life after 80 may be different, but it can still be full of meaning, of love, of grace. Let's walk it together.